Behind home plate, we bringing it to them all day. You know what's up? Welcome to Birdland. Win or lose, we bringing it to you always. You know what's up? Welcome to Birdland. Orange or black, we rebuild the pack. No matter where we at, you know we coming back. Section 336, we on this, so tune in. You know what's up? Welcome to Birdland. Yeah, welcome to Birdland. You know what's up? Welcome to Birdland. Now, here come the boys from Section 336.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Baltimore sports fans of all ages, welcome to Section 336, Next Generation Baltimore Sports Talk. I am your endearing starring host, Matt Soroka. As always, I'm joined by the button lover, Josh Soroka. Hey, Josh.
Hey, Matt. How you doing?
Good,
Despite the 5-game losing streak.
Well, yeah, we're going to get into that, and that's been a surprising turn of events.
Yeah.
Curious to hear how panicky you are, and if you're as panicky as I am, and
Well,
where
how
we're feeling.
Overview is I'm glad the Yankees also are struggling.
Yeah, it's true.
So.
It's true. The silver lining in all this is we're not really losing ground in the AL East because they're struggling. Right. So that's good news. But Josh, I think more well rested than you are. You're doing the camp thing.
This is the camp week for me. So in the past we've pre-recorded. In the past we've skipped the week, but I'm doing the camp thing, and I'm also doing the Mike O'Mara show from the camp as well. So it's been a pretty busy week.
Yeah,
so
I don't know how
if I have time to do Mike's show, I gotta make time to do Section 336 as well.
Yeah, I was going to give you a hard time if you made time for Mike O'Mara, but not Section 336.
Well, to be honest, that show's recorded in the morning. You're in the Outer Banks. There's no way I was going to ask you to record at like 11 a.m. or noon.
It's true.
No way.
The house is a little chaotic with the kiddos running around.
Well, you should be enjoying that time with your kids in the pool and the beach and all that. Not here doing a podcast talking about a bunch of losers.
Oh, no, I'd rather talk about a bunch of losers than spend time with my children. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to say that. Shoot, someone's going to get a comment about that one.
No, it appears I am being replaced here. So they brought another person to run sound, which has freed up my time.
Oh, nice.
More than I wanted, but it has freed up my time. I'm still up late at night doing the video, but it has given me time to work on other things at the same time.
Oh, that's cool. So you think this is going to replace you next year? They just bring this guy in.
I think so.
Push you out.
I think this is
he's a younger, cooler version of you.
Yeah. Well, there was a comment about my music being too old, but I haven't heard any new music be played yet. It's all music I've played in previous years. So I'm a little confused there. Probably something we can get more into detail next week when I'm not here doing it at the same time. But yes, I believe I am being replaced. So I believe this might be my last year at the camp.
Well, we all reach a certain age, and
Yep, I think
a lot of times undefeated, as they say. Yeah,
and not Colton Cowser's pasture.
Yeah, there's always someone waiting to take your spot.
Yep.
All right. You want to get into this?
Not really.
The other thing is
losing streak.
I don't know if this makes for good podcast listening, but I was checking my email right before the show. Did you get this email from the Orioles? How can we improve? No, how can we improve our promotional giveaways?
I have not gotten that email. I thought the promotional giveaways have been okay.
All right. I got this at 11:33 today. I don't know if it makes for a good podcast to go through this survey, but
no, I think it's a good. I feel
if you don't want to talk about
talking about promotions rather than 5-game losing streak. Yes.
Yeah, and we're not talking about the promotions of Heston Kjerstad or Kobe Mayo here.
No, and we didn't really cover the email they sent months ago about like building a battery style area and stuff.
Oh yeah,
we didn't get to any of that. So and we love all those ideas. So I
hate most of those ideas actually.
All right. No. Those were good ideas. I like the idea of putting up some standing room only out in left field.
Yes, that's the only idea I like.
I like that. I do not like the idea of more expensive seats for rich people.
Yes, the behind home plate.
Yeah, I don't
like with
that.
The Nationals and the Yankees. You see all those big cushy seats. I hate that.
I don't want that. I hate that. I don't mind the social club in the warehouse idea, because I think more of the warehouse should be used for Oriole fans. and for Orioles stuff. I don't think they should be renting out the warehouse to other businesses. It's too cool of a building. I think there's a lot of trends right now on like Airbnb and stay in like the X-Men house and stuff. I don't know why the Orioles have not taken the warehouse and either made some fancy hotel rooms or some Airbnbs or something for those upper rooms and made something really cool, a really cool fan experience at the warehouse.
Yeah, there's there's an endless amount of opportunities. I mean, we talked about something as simple as expanding the team store so there's not a line at the door. And
How about a 2-story team store?
Yeah, I mean, it's not that hard. The Tampa Bay Rays have it. I mean, I think we can do that.
Exactly. Exactly.
But there's, or like, you know, I always go with the kids too. There's so much fun kid stuff you could use with that building and space too.
Yeah.
If you want to do it there. But
I think about I don't want to hang stuff on the warehouse. So I don't want to use the front as a Jumbotron. But I think of the cool laser shows they've done where they project video and stuff on the warehouse. And I think something like that during the game could be cool. You see at night how like Disney will do fireworks and they'll light up the Cinderella Castle and like play clips and stuff on it. I think it would be really cool if, say, the 9th inning, you try to hype up the Orioles. Suddenly the warehouse lights up and it's showing highlights of Orioles over the history, and it looks like it's all designed around the windows and stuff. You recreate 2131. You recreate great moments to hype up the crowd, hype up the Orioles. Plenty of missed opportunities by the Orioles. So let's get to some promotions.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I just one other point about that is I said I'm against, the only ideas I'm against are any ideas, and I think there are some more in there that I feel like are geared towards just corporate. A certain segment of the towards corporate, towards sponsorship, towards even towards you know 1%ers.
Right. Going
because
after
I
the
think
audience
of baseball,
that's basically the audience that they lost to the Nationals.
Right. Yeah. And pretty much all things I'm saying is what the Nationals do.
Yes. Yeah. No, we don't want any of that.
Yeah, because
we want lean in the city of Baltimore and the blue collarness.
Yeah.
With your fan base.
Yeah, I mean, I took my wife, myself, and 2 kids for $40, right? And there's not, I can't do that for a Ravens games. There's not other sports where you can take 4 people for $40 that exists, and that's with all the stupid fees too. So I want to make sure that baseball in Baltimore still is very affordable, and not just affordable to sit in the upper deck, but affordable to sit in anywhere and to do the stuff and to have the experience.
No, I agree with all that.
All right. Yeah. So let's do a little promotional stuff, and then we'll get to the team. Let's cheer ourselves up a little bit after that.
And loss. I get it because the fans are back. They discontinued this year the ability for season ticket holders to order the promotional package, which I miss because I wanted to buy it this year. And they had in the past where you spend $250 and we'll mail you all the season giveaways in 2 shipments. And I feel like that would be top of my list for, hey, if you want to reach out some more of these out of town people, get some more cash in there, go back with the ability to order promotional stuff.
Yeah. All right. So this email, the first question is, how do you become aware of promotional games? It has all the typical stuff
for us. Because we don't look at promotions before the games. We already know the games, and then
the last option is I typically do not know about promotional games until I attend the game.
Right. Is there an option that you heard about the promotions from section 336?
Oh, we got radio. Is that close enough?
We don't want to give them credit. Unless it has a line where you put in what station or what show.
No.
There's no other?
There's no other option.
All right, what are my options?
All right, we got Facebook, Instagram, X, Google, Masson, email, Orioles.com, billboards. Okay, shout out to billboards. TV, radio, from a friend or family, or I don't know. I just show up.
Let's go with friend and family.
All right.
Because we are friends and family to the listeners.
Yeah, to one another and to listeners. Which of the following, this is going to get really too detailed. Which of the following promotional games did you attend? Did we attend any promotional games this year? The Ocean City, the Orioles T-shirt giveaway for the Ocean City
yes,
T-shirt.
We did that
summer.
And
no, we didn't get a T-shirt. We attended it.
I've ordered 2 promotions from other people online, so you can count those as ones I would have attended if I lived in the state.
Yeah, but you didn't attend. That's the question. You didn't attend.
So I would have. I was out of state. I still
Right,
got the
but the question
promotion.
is not if you were
I
in
over
state, would you have attended these games? That's not the question.
Fine. We did the Ocean City T-shirt giveaway, and we did opening day, but that's not a promotion.
The Orioles rally towel, is that March 28th? Is that the towel?
Yeah, rally towel. We got rally towels.
Which other promotions did you get? The Santander bobblehead, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I got the Santander bobblehead. I got the Mr. Splash bobblehead. I got the Manager Hyde bobblehead.
Oh, you the bobblehead.
And I got the T. Rowe Price rally towel. I attended that game. But
by the way, some people are making the claim that there's a connection between the Orioles losing and the T. Rowe Price
patch.
Do you think there may be a connection?
It's a big patch. Is there
maybe
any
our
chance
pitchers?
It's adjusting the weight of the jersey.
Yeah, there's could be something there.
I don't know, but I'm jealous of Pittsburgh getting Sheets as their sponsor.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'd rather have who did they had tonight? They had a gas station. The Guardians had a gas station.
Did they have
Metro? Maybe
Metro. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
that's not a good gas
that the
station.
Orioles
Metro's not a good gas station at all.
It's a shame the Orioles could not get like a Wawa or Royal
Wawa
Farms.
just sitting out there. Yeah, Royal
Wawa
Farms.
I think would be. I don't think Royal Farms is big enough, but who knows?
Well, big enough for Justin Tucker. And then as you to what extent did the free giveaway influence your decision to purchase tickets for those games?
Zero.
And yeah,
in fact, is it a shame that sometimes the giveaway pushes me to not go to the game because I don't want to deal with all the fake fans that are there for the giveaway?
No, it's true. Yeah, I don't knock you for that. And how satisfied were you, Josh, with the towel and the shirt? Were you extremely satisfied? Were you somewhat satisfied? Neutral? Or were you dissatisfied?
I am neutral. Now, if you want to ask me about the quality of the bobblehead, I did go. Here we go. I went to the Vlad Guerrero Jr. bobblehead night. And I'll tell you what, that bobblehead, then that was in Toronto, obviously.
Yeah.
And that bobblehead is higher quality than any bobblehead I've ever gotten from the Orioles. It's a solid, heavy bobblehead.
Really? And you noticed the difference of quality from the Canadian bobblehead to the American bobblehead?
The Canadian bobblehead was a better quality to the point that I now look at these giveaways and at the stamp at the bottom to see what company is making it. And it's the same company that's making the Oriole bobbleheads. It's making this Vlad bobblehead. So something just a better design. But the Vlad one had you could put batteries in it and the landscape behind him lights up.
Oh, that's cool. I like the look. I like when they add extra stuff to the bobblehead.
Yeah. Yep.
But not small parts because they always break for me, like little baseball bats.
Yeah, the bats always fall out of their hands.
The next question is like, please rate your interest in pop culture, entertainment focused properties, and they have a bunch here like Star Wars, Marvel, wrestling, Stranger Things, Sesame
Here's
Street.
Here's the problem. I really like Marvel. I want to say no to all this stuff, but I really like Marvel.
See, the one that interests
I am intrigued by the wrestling announcement this week.
Oh, what was the wrestling announcement?
I'm blanking on the wrestler that made the announcement, but they are moving to. No, not with the Orioles. Just WWE.
Oh, okay.
They are moving to Netflix and going like Raw is uncensored on Netflix next year.
Okay.
So they're going to gear more towards adults.
Yeah, but you don't really watch wrestling, do you, Josh?
No, but I'm intrigued now.
Okay. I was super into it. Like in high school, middle school, we even went to like.
I know.
I went to these events.
Think about you take that and now it's geared towards adults.
Yeah,
I think that's interesting.
What does it mean? Like more sex and more blood? Like I don't know.
I hope it means more. Well, yeah, it probably means
cursing.
more language, but I hope it means more violence.
Yeah. But the other ones on here, first of all, they have Friends, the TV show.
Yeah, I don't care about that. Are they trying to
get Seinfeld? I think that's a little disrespectful to have Friends, but not Seinfeld.
No, that's a generational thing. Friends came after Seinfeld. Friends.
No, I thought they were concurrent. I thought they came at the same time.
No. Seinfeld. Like I love Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Emma loves Friends. She's never watched Seinfeld.
But I think but she'd watched Friends reruns. She wasn't watching it live because Seinfeld and Friends came at the same time. They were contemporaries of each other. Sure.
I don't know.
I could be
that.
wrong. I think they were. Anyway, and they have Barbie on here as well. So I don't know if that's the movie or the kids. Maybe both. Bert will give a shout out here to Margaritaville.
Barbie would be the movie that was from last year.
All right.
Remember, it was real popular.
I know, but like it also, I think
Seinfeld was from 1989 to 1998. Friends was from 1994 to 2004.
All right.
So a little overlap there.
I would say more than a little.
4 years. They both stood 10 years. 4 of them were overlap. But so yes, 2 different generations. I stand by my statement.
Okay, and I stand by my statement too. So
okay.
There we are.
All right. So I of those pop culture things, I am into Marvel.
All right, a couple here. I didn't know that was still a thing.
If you could give me like a Heston Kjerstad Deadpool collab, I'd be interested in that.
Okay. Hello Kitty? I didn't know that was still like a popular thing.
I didn't know that was either.
Indiana Jones? Didn't Indiana Jones, is that still a thing?
I know of, but I am also very interested in a Indiana Jones collab.
Yeah, I actually like Indiana Jones. I get behind that too.
I like Indiana Jones. I don't know why it's on this list, but I like it. And now I'm trying to think like which player would be Indiana Jones.
What's Handmade by Robots? Do you know what that is?
Handmade by Robots.
Yeah.
It sounds like an oxymoron.
Yeah, that's what it said. Handmade by Robots. And then of course House of Dragons.
It is some weird, I don't know, like not like kind of like a pop vinyl type thing. I don't know. It's weird stuff.
Okay. And then I'm
interested in that.
They have an option for you to add your own.
Oh, in there I would put in there the Section 336 podcasts.
Okay, I put Curb Your Enthusiasm, but I would also put Section 336 podcast on there as well.
I'd be down for a Curb Your Enthusiasm night also.
I think it'd be Larry David thought the first pitch. Give me that. Please select up to 5 players you would like to see featured as part of future promotional schedules. Weird question. So who do you? I think this is a good question. Who do you see as the 5 players as kind of the face of the franchise? Isn't that really kind of the question? Or who do you think is the coolest?
Who's gonna? Yeah, they want to say basically this year we had Adley bobblehead, or we had Santander bobbleheads. What players do we have bobbleheads of next year? Is what they're saying, and clearly it's Gunnar. I mean, Gunnar, 25 home runs now? He's number 1.
Josh, they give me a list of clickable options. Do you think it's interesting? Here are a couple interesting things about the options. Jorge Mateo is not on here, but Ramon Arias is as an option.
That's weird.
Corbin Burns is not an option.
I would see. They're assuming we don't have Corbin Burns next year.
I think they don't know. It's a mystery.
Yeah. All right.
But Santander's on here. Isn't he a free agent up this year too? I think
he is. All right. Well, all right. So I'm going to choose Gunnar.
Okay. And I'm going to choose Heston Kjerstad. I just love Heston.
He was on my list as well.
Okay.
I'm going to choose Jordan Westberg because he is better than I expected. I feel like he was better than the hype around him. He kind of got lost in the Adley Gunnar hype. So you got to go Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan, I agree. Adley still, right? I think
Adley's an obvious one. And then Jackson wraps it up. Jackson Holiday.
Yeah. All right.
Because I assume he's good. He sucked when he came up. I assume he will get it figured out and he'll be good when he's back up.
Here's who you're leaving off. You're leaving off Grayson Rodriguez. You're leaving off maybe the most popular Oriole, Colton Cowser. You're leaving off Ryan Mountcastle.
And Colton, I was ready to write off, but then he got a big hit tonight.
Yeah.
So, but you limited me to 5.
Yeah, that's fine.
Was Jackson Holiday on the list? Maybe Jackson Holiday should not be on the list since he is not an Oriole. And instead, let's put Colton Cowser in that list.
All right.
Because Colton Cowser and the way people have taken off of the Moo and the Cal stuff is just asking for a collab. Like maybe a Chick-fil-A giveaway.
Yeah. All right. So next they have they give you images and they say rate these images. The photos are all pictures of different shirts. So
Okay.
we got a hockey jersey. How do
Okay.
you feel about a hockey jersey at a baseball game?
All right. I believe these are promotions from this year. And I
No.
believe
Maybe that one is, but not all of these.
all right,
Unless
well,
there's a flannel shirt I'm unaware of.
I believe the Orioles hockey jersey. Maybe I haven't seen the Orioles hockey jersey, but I've seen people make Oriole hockey jerseys online that look pretty cool. I like the idea of an Orioles hockey jersey.
Yeah, I feel like, and I've been to minor league games where they give away hockey jerseys. That seems to be a pretty popular kind of
I
giveaway.
find it funny as a giveaway when we don't have a hockey team, but I like the idea of an Orioles hockey jersey giveaway.
Here's a few more that I think are pretty fire. Orioles windbreaker. That's pretty cool.
All right.
Basketball jersey. I think this basketball jersey looks pretty sweet. They have
All
on
right.
here.
I've never seen that before, but I like the idea again. All right. Now, as a basketball jersey, how are the sleeves? Is there sleeves?
No sleeves.
All right. So it's a sleeveless. So you wear a t-shirt under it.
Yeah.
All right. All right. I am okay with that. I like that. I'll tell you, I really like the Ravens crossover jersey they did with the purple Orioles jerseys last year. I thought that was very good.
Oh, yeah.
All right. What's the next one?
We got a flannel, like a flannel, orange and black flannel shirt.
No.
You're not into that?
No,
I think
not
that's
into that.
It just makes me
not
laugh.
Into that.
Okay, I put moderate because it kind of made me laugh.
All right.
And then the only other cool one I think is a bowling shirt. That's pretty cool.
Okay. What's the name of the bowling team? Yeah, so it's
Orioles.
a button up.
Button up. They got like some 3 striped lines on the side.
All right, I don't mind
Orioles
it,
on the back.
But they need to come up with a cool bowling team name. Like maybe it's named after a player or something. So it's a little different and sets it apart, like a bowling shirt would.
Okay. And that's if it's just, and they have hats. They have the different hats, like a denim hat, a straw hat, a cow hat.
Okay, well, a cow hat makes sense for Cowser. Yeah. And I like the straw hat giveaway. The Wild Bill hats.
Yeah,
those are always great.
You like
those
that? You
like
the straw? All right.
I like the straw hats.
Yeah, the denim hats I don't really get, but maybe denim's in. I don't know.
I don't understand denim. So.
All right, and then they get a fanny pack and a clear bag, whatever.
The clear bag giveaway is the most irritating one because the only reason they're giving it away is because they are now forcing you to bring clear bags in.
Yeah, right.
So it's stupid.
And then they have some other random stuff like foldable blanket, pickleball paddle. Josh, how interested you are in a pickleball paddle? There's been some intense pickleball battles here at the Outer Banks.
Here's my problem with the pickleball paddle giveaway is have you used a pickleball paddle from Five Below?
No, I didn't know there was like different levels of pickleball paddles. I'm sure there are.
I have learned that the ones the cheap ones really suck. So an Oriole pickleball paddle giveaway is gonna suck, and it suddenly seems to be a weapon in the right crowd. I like the idea though of a full house and everyone instead of clapping, they're banging those pickleball rackets together.
Yeah. Golf club cover, and then
that's fine, but fine. It's just fine.
I don't know. Does that represent the working class of Baltimore, Josh?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. But I know young people are into golf.
Yeah, I'd rather have a koozie. And then the last one, Orioles tumbler, which looks like a big Stanley with the Orioles logo on it.
That's great. I mean, those are in. That's trendy.
I guess I got so many in my cabinet now because I feel like everyone gives away from schools and stuff. I just got a lot of those now.
See, I don't have any of those. I have a stainless steel Orioles water bottle that I purchased at spring training.
Okay. Josh, do you have any ideas or recommendations for future giveaways? I guess hopefully this is the last question.
Podcast night.
Podcast night.
Podcast night. Yeah. Other ideas or giveaways? I'm sure I do. You're putting me on the spot a little bit.
Yeah, that's fine. Then ask me about my gender.
I would say a collab with Birdland Sports for some T-shirts. I think years ago they did the community like T-shirt where you can enter in your T-shirt designs and have a chance to win. That's the one they make. I think they should do that again. And then as far as gender, male is what you would put.
Right, and then they ask for my age, and I say none of your business.
Right, they want to know, are you too old that we don't care about you?
And then they ask if I'm a parent, and how many kids I got. All right.
Now they just want all your private information.
Yeah. Now they want my social security number. All right, let me type that in there.
You sure this came from the Orioles?
Bank account number? I don't know.
Well, that was a nice palate cleanser.
To
avoid talking a 5-game losing streak.
Yeah. To avoid. I mean, the game just ended. We just lost our 5th game in a row.
Yes.
We got swept by the Astros. Now we're just lost 2 to the Guardians. And it was fresh, and now it's less fresh. So now we can talk more objectively, less emotionally about how we're feeling.
All right, you want to talk about positive things from the past few days, or just go right into the negative?
Well, I guess let's just start with a general feeling.
Positives.
All right, so if we were to rate this, how we're feeling right now after 5-game loss, I know Bill in the chat is like, we lost 7 in a row in 83 twice. So yes,
yeah, but he's an old man. He's got 62 in his name there.
Well, my man Bill saw the 83. That's more than we can say.
That
saw
is
the
correct.
83 team.
He saw it win, and I get it. And baseball, more than any sport, is a long season.
Right, it's June.
Lot of games, and it's June. And I'll tell you, we told everyone, we've been saying this since before the season started, that June was going to be tough, and we were excited that we were having a hot June last week. So to hit a rough patch in June is not surprising. I didn't think it would be 5 in a row, but I thought we'd have about this many losses in June.
Okay, our updated FanGraphs projections, 95% chance, 95.8. I'll round it up to 96 for our listeners. A 96% chance to make the playoffs. What would you think our odds to win the division are at this point, Josh?
I would go with they were really high on the Yankees. I'd go 72%.
To win the division, the AL East?
To win the division, yes.
For the Orioles?
Yeah.
Okay, they have us at 23%.
So they're just giving it to the Yankees.
They said Yankees 76%. And then there's a 1% for the Red Sox.
We are 2 games behind the Yankees.
Yeah.
I see what you're doing. Okay, because they needed it to add up to 100%.
Right.
So it should be, that's silly numbers. It should be, at this point, it should be 60% Yankees, 40% Orioles. And no, the Blue Jays are 8.5 games back.
No, they had the Red Sox as 1. Yeah.
Fine. Give the Blue Jays 59%, give the Orioles 40%, and give the Red Sox 1%. But if you're giving the Red Sox 1%, you got to give the Rays 1% too.
Yeah. And then we have a 7% chance to win the World Series. And all those, by the way, like that 7% chance in the playoffs, all that is second in the American League to only the Yankees. So saying only the Yankees are better than us.
I mean, we're still. Do you know what our pace is for number of games we're on pace to win?
I would imagine still around 100, right?
It's 104.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling okay.
You are? I'm not. If we're doing a pat, like
I'm feeling okay.
If it's 10, like the season's over, I'm panicking. I'm depressed. I think this all things falling apart. And one is I feel the same way I felt before the 6-game or 5-game losing streak. I'm feeling good. I would put myself somewhere with Josh around a 6 or 7. So I'm feeling a little.
I am not.
Uncomfortable.
I'm at a 3, maybe a 4.
Okay.
I have a little concerns because we're losing pitchers left and right. I do not understand why we haven't made the phone call for Trevor Bauer. If he's just sitting out there, I know there's lots of people that think he's a cancer, but nobody wants to reclaim and prove everyone wrong like him.
Okay.
And why not come bring him into a clubhouse? One player is not going to tear apart this clubhouse. There's a better chance that this clubhouse rehabs a guy.
Okay. Well, you can talk about all you want. There's 0 chance it's happening. And I still think there's more to come with Trevor Bauer's story. I don't even think that's all wrapped up. I think there's still legal
Well,
stuff and unknown stuff.
it's all been cleared.
It hasn't though, Josh. It hasn't. So and I think there's more stuff coming from that. But anyway, either way, it's a zero possibility. 0%
I thought it all
chance
came
it's
out that she
happening.
was lying. Didn't he win? He was never arrested.
Right.
He was just accused by multiple women, and didn't it turn out to all be lies?
I think it's more complicated than that. I think it's a lot more complicated than you're making it out to be. But I don't know. I'm not an expert on the topic. But I think that there's a 0% chance that happens. But yeah, my 7 number is this, and it's what you alluded to. It's that our starting 5 right now. Let's just wrap our heads around this, because I've heard people like Bill, and I went on Twitter to see how people are feeling, and everyone's like, you know what, this is okay. Oh, it's okay. It's a rough patch, and all teams have rough patches, and we're still in a 104 pace to win. And you look at Fangraphs odds, and we're fine. It's just June. But I look at this where we have Irvin, Suarez, Povich, Rodriguez, Burns. That's our rotation. And there's no help coming. Maybe Kramer, though Kramer had his last outing a couple days ago at Norfolk, couldn't make it out of the first inning. So I don't know what's up with Dean Kramer. So that's a question mark to me. But we're rolling with guys. And I know they pitched well 2 weeks ago, but they haven't pitched well this week. Irvin is a guy who...
we're going to sign someone during the trade deadline. We're getting someone.
I know. We have to make it there first. And will one guy be enough? Is because Irvin... my problem is a lot of these guys don't have proven track records. Irvin has been up and down his career. Suarez... it feels like a Cinderella story, and that pumpkin's about to, pop out anytime now. And Povich, to me, is a fine kind of fifth starter, but still no proven track record. And we know rookies have ups and downs. He's gonna have some big bumps along the way.
I feel okay with Povich.
Okay,
I think he's okay.
And then Rodriguez, his struggles, I think, are alarming, because with those three, it makes me feel like Burns and Rodriguez have to be perfect every time out.
Burns and Rodriguez need to play well.
You have to win those games, because you're going to lose a lot of these, or some of these Povich, Irvin, Suarez games. And then, again, it's June. And so people are saying that to comfort me. And I'm saying we've already been through Wells and Bradish and Means, and it's just June. Yeah. Like, and like, what happens? Someone else goes out. Like, what's the next move here? We're out of pitchers. Suarez already, I think, would be better off in the bullpen, and I worry every start is the league picking up on his stuff. I know where he's throwing it. He gets his 2 strikes and he throws that rising fastball high in the zone that doesn't rise all that much, and people know it, and it goes out of the zone 90% of the time, and people just take it. So I'm concerned. I'm not concerned about the offense. The offense, I know, has been up and down recently, but I'm fine with the offense. I think they're going to figure it out. I think the offense will be good. We have so much depth there, but the starting pitching specifically, Josh, I'm very worried about.
No, and I hear you. I feel okay with Povich, but you're right. I never pictured him as a number 3 pitcher, and I don't see him there. I mean, Burns is a lock. No question. No concerns at all there. Rodriguez, I feel okay with him. But you're right. Irvin, tonight's the first one where he really fell apart. But this season, we saw a lot of him falling apart last year. So there's definitely a case where we don't want to overdo and overuse these pitchers like Irvin and Suarez. So I think the Orioles will make a move with someone. Are you at the point that you're ready to bring up McDermott or someone, or to see what these other guys can do down in Norfolk?
Yeah, 2 things on that. By the way, Chase McDermott, just real quick, he pitched tonight, had an excellent start. I think he threw like 6 innings, had 8 strikeouts, only 1 walk. So that was really encouraging. Also, Mayo hit his 18th home run, and then Holiday, and we'll maybe talk about Holiday too, because he's an interesting. What's happening with him is interesting. But Josh, he had a rough start today, where he gave up the 8 runs. Yes. Only 4 of them were earned. There was the whole, McCann throw, and then but the start before that against the Yankees only pitched 4 2/3, And by the way, no one loves pulling pitchers at 4 2/3 innings, 1 out away from getting the win,
Right.
or 1 out away than the manager Hyde. But
Yes.
so he struggled, and then in the start before that against Atlanta, 5 2/3 and 3 runs. So I guess we'll take any time. But
I
he's
know.
only gone in the entire season. He's only pitched 6 innings twice. So
Well,
he's
and I
only
don't.
got pitched 6 innings twice the whole season. So
Yeah, but I don't expect that from him. We never saw that from him, and never expected him to go that deep. And part of
yeah,
that is that Brandon Hyde loves to pull these guys because he
I
doesn't
know,
have faith in them the third time through either.
I know, Josh, but
You're saying
all,
that's going to put a lot more on the bullpen.
right, and it's not just him though. Think about that combined with Suarez. How often does Suarez get deep into games? He doesn't get deep into games either. And then you have the rookie
Yeah, you're right.
Povich. And I'm just saying, over time, I think that's going to be a big problem. I say all the time, and I years ago when the Orioles pitching struggled, I said that if you look at kind of one stat I like to look at, people like Bert likes to look at the Wooble Wuzzle, other people like to look at WAR and all these weighted runs created plus and all this stuff. The stat I really am interested in is quality starts. You look at the best teams in baseball, they often lead the league in quality starts. The one exception was always the Rays. Everybody else, you look at the top teams, and I'll show you the top teams for quality starts. And that means they're getting deeper in the games. Starters are getting deeper in the games and knocking up a lot of runs. This helps your bullpen. It obviously keeps you in the game to get a chance to win. And we haven't gotten any quality starts recently. And Cobb Radish
Right.
was a quality starts machine
Yep.
when he's healthy,
And
he's not here anymore. And that's a huge. I think we're underestimating the blow, specifically Cobb Radish. I mean, everyone gets lumped together. Well, we lost Tyler Wells, we lost John Means, and we kind of lump them all together. Cobb Radish is the biggest one. I mean, Cobb Radish is number one, and he's out for the season, and that's a huge blow.
And that's the biggest blow is that those three guys are not just. It's not like, oh well, we can count on them coming back late in the season with fresh arms. No, they're done.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I get it, and that sucks. I think, again, I just keep looking at how tough we knew June was going to be, and we're wrapping it up with Cleveland and Texas. So I come out of June feeling okay. That rolls us into July. We're gonna make a move. We're gonna bring in a pitcher. If we can bring in a top of the line pitcher, number 1, number 2 or 3 pitcher. Keep Burns at number 1, Grace at number 2. You got another guy that then lets you slide Povich down. Maybe you bring in 2 pitchers, so you can slide 2 guys down, get Suarez and Irvin back in the pen. It all comes down to Mike Elias right now, because bringing in 1, 2 pitchers, not only could it stabilize your rotation, it then helps put down a foundation and strengthen your bullpen as well. So it's really important that we bring in and make some moves. And I think there are pitchers available. The White Sox, the Marlins, the Tigers, all have pitchers available. There's more. Those are just the ones off the top of my head. So it's really on Mike Elias. We have enough talent to go get whoever we want that's available right now. We also know that Mike Elias hates to part with talent.
Right.
So the question is, what is he willing to trade? Did Kjerstad come up this week to help this offense and put a shot in the arm into this outfield, or did he come off as a showcase so that we can trade him?
I don't buy all this showcase nonsense.
Okay.
I don't see a big advantage of showcase. Like, to me, in my eyes, and maybe I'm reading this wrong.
You think let him show it off in AAA?
Where he's dominant. There's a risk, right, when you bring him up into the majors that he struggles, and then you have recency bias, and like, is he really that good? But if he's just dominant in AAA, leave him there to dominate, and then I think his value actually is higher. Now, if he comes to the majors and is really successful, then it might increase his value a little bit. But if he struggles, I think it's just more of a risk.
Then maybe it's the other way around, not for other teams to evaluate, but you bring him to the majors so you can make a decision on, do we invest in this guy or do we trade this guy?
Yeah, maybe. I'm curious to see how aggressive we are, because
we got to do something.
Right.
And there's arms available.
Right. I think there's going to be a lot of buyers with the whole wild card.
It's interesting. we talk a lot about Mike Elias and how he's done great at drafting with Adley and Gunner and Westberg. I mean, that's 3 guys, everyday guys now in 5 years that he's drafted. Is this trade deadline the biggest test to Mike Elias and what he can do as far as bringing talent in?
The Corbin Burns move was, I think, a little bit of a game changer in my eyes because that was the first one. That was the first one where there was the Jack Flaherty at the trade deadline last year was fine, and Fuji was fine. But even when we brought in Jack Flaherty, it was like we just need an innings eater. We're not looking for someone to really lead our rotation, and that didn't work out at all, by the way. And I think when you look for Jack Flaherty types, they're cheaper, but they're also, obviously riskier.
But Burns is also the first trade where we saw Mike Elias use some talent to get talent that we needed. So I think that was a big move. And I think this trade deadline is another big test for him to see if he can make another move like that.
Yeah, and I'm so torn if I even want him to. I'm so torn.
I know it's really hard when you fall in love with these players as they're coming up, and you get so much hope in them.
Because to me, there's 3 players that are untouchable: Holiday, Kerstedt, Mayo, and
you mean that haven't made it up yet?
Yeah, yes. I mean that are on that prospect list.
The prospect.
That other teams really want. Yeah, Kerstedt, Mayo, and Holiday. And frankly, I don't know if you can get make the big move without one of those names.
Right. And if you
I don't want to trade this
social media or whatever, there's guys as Oriole fans we would love to trade, but you're not going to get what you want for that.
Right.
You're not going to get the type of pitcher we want for trading Urias, Mateo, Mullins, Hayes, McCann. You're not going to get these type of guys.
Yeah, even Norby. Everyone likes to throw Norby's name out there. And he's a good prospect. I think he can be a starting second baseman for a lot of teams, but he's not going to land you a top rotation arm.
Look at what got us Burns, or it was Joey Ortiz and DL Hall got us 1 year of Burns.
1 year, yeah,
1 year,
yeah.
So that shows you.
Yeah, it's the nature of it. The team who's buying is at a disadvantage, right? Just by the nature of it.
Yeah. Totally.
That's why Mike Elias got such a great deal with the Jorge Lopez deal, right? And we're reaping the benefits now of the Jorge Lopez deal. But sellers can do that when there's a high demand. Buyers, you have to give up more talent than you're getting back often, or more years,
and you know what? Whatever. You know what everyone in baseball knows right now? That we need pitching. We had 3 arms go down.
Yeah, and listen, I don't think we're alone. I think all the base money's pitching, which means the cost of pitching is going to be high. Yeah.
The only advantage for us is we don't need pitching long term. We need 1 year pitching. So we don't need to try to get a deal with guys with control. We just got to get through this year.
I don't know if Mike Elias would agree with you, Josh, because we don't know how long. I mean, John Means probably won't be back. We don't know how long Kyle Bradish will be out. Probably most of next year.
All right.
And so if you start thinking about Suarez,
Wells could roll into next year too.
Tyler Wells too.
And I hope we
Corbin
can
Burns is a question
Burns, but that's the question mark. All right, you're right.
Yeah. And so next year we could be rolling in to start the year with Grayson Rodriguez, and maybe Corbin.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, I think it'd be great to have guys with options, but again, guys with multiple years. But again, that ups that price tag, as we know.
Totally.
But I think that's, and to me, like I hear people on X talking about James McCann, and complaining about McCann's performance as backup catcher.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
the problem is he's a backup catcher, but he gets a lot of playing time to have such a low batting average.
Yes, and I get that, but again, we're talking about a backup catcher here.
Yes,
like show me a backup catcher who has a 300 batting average, right? No, they would be the starting catcher if they had 300 batting average, like just by definition. Now, the problem in Baltimore is like Adley Rutschman DHs a lot, and I understand why they're doing that. That makes sense. McCann gets so much playing time. That's the problem here. But you can't expect a backup catcher to be an elite offensive player. Like it's no one has that. And so I think the McCann hate is misdirected. And frankly, I think our offense is good enough that he doesn't need to hit. I know he had a home run today, but he doesn't need a hit because we have so much any other offensive weapons on this team. So I think people are upset about that, are missing the bigger picture, which is the starting pitching. And that's the whole discussion here. The offense is fine. The offense will be fine. Even if even McCann becomes an everyday catcher, our offense will be fine. It's the pitching where you need to worry about. And we'll see. Like I'm
Bleacher
fascinated
Report.
to watch how Povich, Suarez, and Irvin. I'm fascinated to watch if they can keep pitching well. If this last start for them, not Povich, but for the other two, were just kind of blips, or kind of what over the next month between now and the trade deadline, what they look like. I'm fascinated to see, and I'm nervous about
it. Bleacher Report wrote an article on the 24th, so yesterday. Top MLB's most desperate trade deadline needs. For the Orioles, they listed relief pitching and that the Orioles need to go get Mason Miller from the Athletics. And I am a little confused because, sure, I'd love to have Mason Miller, but I don't see the back end of our bullpen as where the problem and need is right now. I feel like it's still starting pitching.
Yeah, I mean, if you were asking me in May, I would say it's the bullpen. And let's get Mason Miller
exactly.
before
these injuries. Yes.
Yeah. I still don't love that we're in a playoff game. We're up by 1 run.
No, I don't trust Kimbrel at all.
And Kimbrel's coming in there. I don't feel good about that. I would feel better about Mason Miller.
I love Kimbrel in the 6th, 7th inning.
Yeah. No, I think Miller would be a perfect fit here. But Miller will cost a ton of money. And yeah, I agree with you. I think at this point, starting pitching to me is more important. And I think we're going to find that out. I mean, we'll find that out in the next month. Because if Suarez and Irvin pitch lights out and Povich pitch lights out over the next month, then maybe say, and Dean Kramer comes back too, and then maybe say, oh well, maybe we can get by with the starting pitching, and we can move to the bullpen. I don't think it's going to happen.
Is there one prospect that you look at and say, you know what, there's no chance this guy makes it through the Orioles? The Orioles have to trade this guy to get us a pitcher.
Oh, the other guy I want to mention. Yeah, the other guy is. I mean, I said Mayo, Kerstedt, Holiday are untouchable. The other guy that's untouchable.
This is probably the guy I'm going to say. Basayo. I've already accepted that he's gone.
Oh, really?
I've already accepted that.
He's the type of guy that can give you a top rotation arm.
Exactly, and that's where I keep looking, and I'm like, he's the one that can get us. We say we're going to have Adley long term. We're going to try to get Adley long term. Basayo's probably gone.
Yeah, but even given how much Adley plays DH, and as he ages, you assume he plays DH even more. Wouldn't it be nice to have two kind of elite catchers back there to swap catch and DH?
It'd be wonderful, but we need pitching now. And no matter what, if we're going to be bringing in pitching, we're going to be giving up a prospect that I'm disappointed to give up.
Yeah. I'm curious if any of those, because Elias loves his prospects too. I think it's more than anybody, and I'm curious if those top 4, if any of those get moved.
Yeah. We've never been in this position as a fan base before. Where we've
a position of we've been buyers in the trade deadline.
A position where we are buyers and we have huge prospects that we can trade. Like people want our stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think the most expensive trade deadline deal has to be, in recent memory, the Andrew Miller for Eduardo Rodriguez, kind of our top pitching arm for a top bullpen arm.
True. That's kind of where we're at now. You're right.
But you're right in the fact that we didn't have the depth of prospects as we do now.
Right. For 5 years, we've been hearing prospects. We've been talking all offseason about how we don't have room for all these guys.
Yeah.
And now we have to use them.
It feels a little bit like, too, that Mike Elias can just magically make more top 100 prospects, right? He's done this before. Oh, he can just, if you trade this guy, you'll just magically have another top 100 guy prospect who just, pops up. But you have to keep in mind, like, the Orioles are no longer picking at the top of the draft, and they won't be for a while, hopefully. And so I think it's harder to get those top 100 prospects when you don't pick at the top.
Yeah.
Guys like Kerstedt, right, and Holiday, who are at the top of the draft.
Correct. But again, we got to remember it's a 5-game losing streak, but we're still 2 games back.
Yeah, the Yankees been struggling too, and the offense is still elite. And I think that the pitching has been really good this year. And it's just been a weird thing these last 5 games too, where like the pitching, the hitting has struggled at bad times. Like today, the hitting was today the hitting was fine, but our pitching was bad. And then when our pitching is good, our hitting tends to be bad.
Correct.
Just kind of this funky 5 games.
Now,
And let's not take away from the teams we're playing. The Astros, I think, are on the rebound, and the Guardians look like a real. And listen, the Guardians are kind of fun to watch because you see shots to the dugout, like they're pumped up, like they're into it.
They are.
They're an exciting team.
And
so I think we're playing 2 good teams too.
Yeah, today's loss sucked because the offense woke up. They were and then it was the bullpen blowing it there as well.
Yeah, and that's kind of been
the whole can throw. It was just stupid things where we should have won this game.
Yeah, they had opportunity. Yeah, certainly we had opportunities.
The ball off Cano's glove, just things like that cost and added runs up.
Yeah, like we had no doubt we had opportunities to win this game. I feel like that's what we say almost for all these games. But
I know,
but it's not like
But this is the fresh one.
Yeah, it's the fresh one, sure. But we go back at it tomorrow, 6:35. The beautiful thing about baseball is you play every day, especially in June for the Orioles. You play every day.
We play the rest of the month. Next day off is July 1st.
Okay.
So finish up with Cleveland tomorrow. Then we got 4 games against Texas.
Yeah. So it doesn't get a lot easier.
No, it doesn't.
But I'm kind of looking forward to a little revenge, maybe. I don't know if that's in the Orioles' minds. It must be Oriole players' minds. A little revenge after being swept in the playoffs from the Rangers.
And they are a struggling team. They only have 37 wins. They're below the Astros. They're below the Guardians. The Guardians now have a better winning percentage than the Orioles after these 2 wins. Yeah. And then after that, we get Seattle.
Whoa, I just looked. The Guardians have
hard teams.
The Guardians have the best record in baseball now.
Oh, so they do. Today's win put them past the Yankees because the Yankees lost.
Yeah.
So you're right.
And past the Phillies.
So, yeah. Does that make you feel a little bit better?
It was kind of cool because we took it to the Yankees.
Yeah.
And we took it to the Phillies. We took it to the Phillies and Yankees.
Right. And all we did was help Cleveland.
Yeah. And then you're feeling so good about it. And then we get to and then both those teams felt like the tougher teams.
Yes.
And then we struggled against the Guardians.
So
we'll see. I think even with my concerns about pitching, and I have serious concerns, I still think this is a playoff team, even with
totally
the pitching not being as good as I would want it to be.
Right.
I'm concerned more about can we win the division with the pitching we have and what this team looks like in terms of a playoff team.
I'm ready to get past Seattle, and then we got Oakland, Cubs, Yankees, break, Texas, Miami, San Diego, Toronto. I feel much better about that. Cleveland, Toronto, Tampa, Washington, Boston. Way better about August.
It was just a weird thing, right? Where you're placing the Yankees, Phillies, and Guardians, those 3 teams
what a stretch.
who are the top 3 teams in baseball outside maybe the Dodgers. And then you just also run into the Astros, who are, have won 8 of the last 10 games and we're just playing really good ball now. And because they're a good team, and you knew that it was just a matter of time before they turn it around. So just kind of bad timing when you play that team as well.
No, you get me another pitcher. You go into that soft August schedule, and then that not so bad September, and we're going in strong. I feel good.
You're marking up for August and September. All right, let's get through June first, and then we can go from there.
I'm just saying, I'm not letting the 5-game losing streak kill me. Yeah. I'm okay. I feel all right. Don't need to worry about that no streak loss thing, whatever we had. I'm more pumped at Kerstedt looked good yesterday. Gunnar got number 25 tonight. Santander has 12 home runs for the month of June. That stuff I'm more excited about.
Yeah, I guess, and I still go back to I'm concerned about this pitching and are not going deep into games and having 3 inning starts, and that really concerns me more than I mean, I would be concerned even if we didn't lose 5 in a row. If we won 3 out of 2, but still this pitching struggles. Like we won tonight's game, my concern would stay the same.
Sure.
Um, hey, just one quick note. I just saw this. Jackson Holiday played today. He hadn't played in a
Okay.
while because of
Yeah,
the
he's
shoulder
been
thing.
hurt, so he's back.
Yeah, yeah, kind of
4
halfback.
strikeouts.
No, he played well.
Okay. All right. He's been struggling.
He had a double and 2 walks.
Okay.
Um,
I'll take it.
yeah, but the thing is, Josh, they said for the next several weeks he's going to only play DH and not play the field as he rests his shoulder.
Okay. Fine. I don't care. Yeah, I think he's a fine. I think we've seen enough from him in the field that this is trying to get him because maybe he still comes up to big league and helps us out this season. So let's take it slow.
It was not going to be the next several weeks because if he's only playing DH, you're not going to call him up.
Oh,
just
it's
to play
not.
DH
No,
for the
he's going
Orioles.
to come up. It's going to be It's going to be trade dependent. It's going to be. We might have some holes if we trade veterans or something.
Right.
For the trade deadline, that's when he's going to come up.
Yeah.
You can't bring him up now. Not the way Westberg's playing. Even Urias is playing great right now. You can't bring him up.
Yeah. No, I think he's seems more and more like a September call up, maybe.
September call up.
Or maybe not at all at this point.
Right. There's got to be a hole for him, and there isn't currently.
And he's got to be healthy. He's got to be fully
Yes.
healthy. They're going to throw him in there if he still has any. I mean, there's no reason to push or rush anything here. So that's fine. That's fine. All right, you ready to get out of here?
Yeah, I've got to stay up all night and edit video, so it'd be good
you
to
got
get
stuff
started
to do.
on that.
You got stuff to do here. So, all right, boys and girls, thanks for listening. Go to iTunes, write us a review, or Apple Podcasts, write us a review. Follow us on all your social media platforms.
Go get a shirt over at birdlandsports.com.
Absolutely. Support the O's with a shirt from birdlandsports.com. You can also follow me on X. You can follow me at Section336. You can follow Josh on X.
At Josh Troca.
Thanks for listening, boys and girls. And as always, go O's.